Perfect. So now we're live on YouTube. I need to explain a few things about Talk and Talk before we start. We are a conversation platform where you can come here and talk. We have a lot of languages. We have English, Spanish, Italian, French. Today, we're speaking in English about gun control. And let's go to the questions. So, Hugo, what does the right to bear arms mean?
I think is mean what they mean, thinking I can carry my gun wherever I want. Don't don't need to justify. I have the right to carry based on the Second Amendment. So thinking in the America. So I think I don't need to justify why I carrying a such rifle in my bag.
Perfect. Okay. And you, Gabriel, what does the right to bear arms mean?
Well, I think my mind is to be allowed to have guns in your home or in your car, and to be right to have it, So I think would be that the right to bear arms.
Perfect. And for you, Priscilla, what does the right to bear arms mean?
So I think about this, it's a license that's for people to have more access and to involve the permission. It depends of the person, for example, policy, it's appropriate or about the security.
Yeah, there are some jobs that they can use, right? Like police officers, guards, or forgot. The guys who works from the justice, like judge and those things, they need to bear arms. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like here in Brazil, regular people, it's more difficult for them to have guns in their house, right? So let's go to question number 2. Is it legal to carry a handgun in your state, province, country? I guess all of us live here in Brazil, right? So I don't think anywhere it's legal, but I don't know. It depends. It depends on the person, right? So here I know it's illegal. They can't have guns. If they are police officers or like judge and those things, they can, but in general they can't. What about where you live, Gabriel? Is it legal to carry a handgun in your state, province, country?
Yeah, like you said, not. Because here in Brazil, our country exists only a law, because it's isn't different than United States, where the country has a law, has a rule, and each one states there's your own rule, Here in Brazil, there are a lot of people that has a handgun in home, but it's very hard to obtain this kind of gun, because you need to. I don't know. I don't have, but I know a lot of people, a lot of colleagues around me. There's a handgun. I know you need to enter to subscribe na, how can I say, Clube de Tiro, and you need to do some classes. You need to have to do a lot of hours of shot, shot in a I know I don't know this word in English, alvo, and and like you count with your lucky to obtain this the document to buy a handgun. And there's two types, if I'm not mistaken. This type of person, there's a license to obtain it, to have a gun in your home. You cannot to take off your handgun in your inside your home. Like, oh, I would like to walk with my handgun with me. No, you can't. And there's a kind of person here in Brazil called CAC, CAC, and this kind of person can be a handgun in your car, and can like carry this arm and in your home until your club de tiro. So, but if I'm not mistaken, this your handgun needs to be at the back side of the car, or maybe the handgun can be inside the car, but the I don't know, the guns, the cartouche bala, and the backside, your arm cannot to be complete inside your car. I don't know if you got it.
Like it's not, it can be in your car, but you can like shoot when you want because the things are separate, like the bullets
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
guns.
exactly. Yeah.
You get it. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, here in Brazil, we had some like, if it's illegal, it's harder to have a gun. Illegal, we know a lot of people they have, right? But legal, it's hard. But I know this thing of khaki that people nowadays they are a lot. But I when I read about, I don't know if it's correct or not. But when I read about it, it's like the khaki they should be hunters, like not the. It's something related to like animals and those things. And then like because we really don't know what they're going to do with the gun, and then they should be hunters. And then I don't know if it's like I don't know why people want to be hunters, so I don't think they have the gun to be a hunter, right? So I don't know, I just say what I read about it, but I think no one hunts here in Brazil, so it's weird to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, exactly. Because this khaki means, if I'm thinking, caçador, atirador e colecionador. And
Mhm.
this,
Yeah, and nobody hunts, right? So like
yeah,
they have
exactly. Yeah,
that
it's
for
it's
that.
because the people do it only to receive or to be a license to have a
A
handgun.
gun.
Yeah.
Mhm. Perfect. And where you live, Hugo, is it legal to carry a handgun in your state, province, country?
No, it's not. Just law officers and security officers, um, and even people working security, like bank security, is not allowed in the street, just inside the workplace, like the bank agencies, but in the street, no, so it's very restrictive. It's not common. People don't is allowed to carry guns.
Yeah. And there are even some security guards that they don't have guns. The security guards that they work in my college, they don't use guns. They use the, I don't know in English, but I guess it's stick.
O cacetete, né?
Yeah. Yeah. They don't use guns. So there are some security guards that they can't.
Here in the subway and do metrô CPTM, they just use the cacetete. Only the Polícia Ferroviária carry guns, but is a federal agency.
Mhm. Perfect. And where you live, Priscilla, is it legal to carry a handgun in your state, province, country?
No, it's more common about the office security or the policy and the hunter. It's not normal here too, because my city don't have this. It's more common about the specific profession about this. It's common, but in the simple person, no, it's not appropriate, not easy to I don't know, conseguir. It's not legal.
Perfect. And I guess to know people who have a gun inside their houses, it's difficult. Imagine a person who can walk with their guns. I guess it's even more difficult, right?
Yeah.
So let's go to question number 3. Should schools be gun-free zones? Like not only for students, of course, for students they should have guns, but like for security guards who work in schools. Should schools be gun-free zones even for them? I think they should, because I think it's not good. Mostly like kindergarten or elementary school, they're too young. I think they shouldn't know about that early. So I think it should be gun-free zones, even for security guards there. What about you, Hugo? Do you think schools should be gun-free zones?
Yes, for sure. I don't think makes sense having a gun in the school, even the middle class. They it's not every day, every time. Is rare, and have a situation need intervention of it. When you gonna need a gun, so we have the policy, the municipal guard, the state policy. So don't make sense. I think it's more dangerous have a gun, the situation like in a fight between students and in the middle someone needs the gun. I think is most part is possible that the situation is gonna escalate on having a gun in the middle.
I agree with you. I know there are a lot of situations happen that they need to have something to defend themselves, like the attacks that we know they happen in schools, right? Mostly in the USA, but now it's starting to happen here in Brazil too.
Yes.
And like they need to know how to defend themselves, but we have police officers for that, right? So
Yes. Here, after the attacks, every school have a viatura in the front of the schools and have a division of the police's called Ronda Escolar is just for take care of the school. Even before the attacks is few years since this não sei se batalhão foi criado, mas o Red have that.
Yeah, here where I live, it was like that when it happened. Those attacks. I guess it was in Santa Catarina. I don't remember, but there was an attack, and
Santa
people were saying,
Catarina.
yeah, there will be more. And then here where I live in Minas Gerais, totally far from Santa Catarina. And then they put some police cars in front of the schools. And there was a school that canceled classes that day because they said, don't come to school today because we are afraid. It was like this. And what do you think, Priscilla? Should schools become free zones?
In my opinion, depends of the location, but I think about this. It's important to have a professional for about security around the place. But depends of the location. My city, for example, it's calm. Don't need this, but depends of the city, depends of the context, the location. Yeah, in my opinion, the same that they recently attacked in Santa Catarina. It's appropriate because in the São Paulo too. When I think about São Paulo, I'm afraid. Depends of the location, of course, but some city it's appropriate in my opinion, in general.
Yeah, and here in Brazil we have a lot of dangerous places, right? We have schools in the middle of like slums, né? No meio de favela, né? So it's a dangerous place. Of course, it shouldn't be dangerous schools, but it's a dangerous place. So it's necessary to have something to protect them, right? There's also that.
Yeah.
Perfect. And what do you think, Gabriel? Should schools become free zones?
Yeah, I think I support this idea with all my strength. Mainly, and like you said, in the kindergarten, yeah. But it's hard because there are a lot of child. It's difficult, but I think maybe the security guard could be kept on I'm not gonna say a little home, here in my region we should be we use it to call a catuta, and the security guard keep inside and keep there. So because unfortunately here in our country and around the world, the most of school attacks happen and with the schools with younger people. So it's very hard, and this kind of child cannot to, how can I say, protect yourself. So it's very hard. But I think it should be for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, there's also that they can hide their gun, right? For kids so they can't have access to it. I think that's also a solution, right? But like, I guess no one should know where is it, because kids, they are not mature enough
Yeah.
access to those things.
Because the last school attack here in the Santa Catarina, here in Blumenau, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Blumenau. I live in the south here, around 5 hours away Blumenau. But for that reason, here the firefighter and the policy as well. We need to keep and the side and the front side of school every day to protect school. And here in my city, it's a small city, and there's a two school. There are two school only, and we keep a little and the morning and a little afternoon and the police as well. So for that reason, because this last school attack.
I guess every country, Brazil, they put someone near it, like they put a police officer or a guard or something near the school, because everybody was afraid. I was afraid. I work in a school, so imagine, I was totally afraid of this thing. And the kids, they were like terrified. They were asking, do you know what's going to happen that day? Have you seen the news? And kids, they they are not mature, as I said. So they don't know what's happening. They don't understand. Imagine the chaos. So it's nice for them to have a protection, right? When it's necessary. So let's go to question number 4. Is it difficult to get a permit to carry a gun in the place where you live? I think I don't know if like states, they differ on these kind of laws. I think it's a country law, like the whole country needs to follow the same rules. I don't know if it differs from state to state, but I think it's really difficult. I don't know because I never searched for it, but I think it's difficult. It seems difficult, but I don't know. Let's see your opinion. Priscilla, let's start with you. Is it difficult to get a permit to carry a gun in the place where you live?
I believe yes, because I don't know about the I forget the word, sorry. But I don't know because I don't pay attention about the document. But I imagine in Brazil it's very very difficult about you need a presentation, many documents, and you need to ask some asks, or to need to, for example, mental health to go to the medical because you need your mind a good, it's a healthy mind. It's important, in my opinion. But in general, I think about so difficult, a little difficult, yeah, because the document, the process in general. I think
every process in Brazil is difficult,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Imagine this one.
Very long.
Takes a while. Demora tempão.
Yeah.
Complicated, but I guess it's difficult. I guess people say it's difficult, so I just say, yeah, it's difficult. Okay, because I don't know every topic here in Talk and Talk. I don't know nothing about it. I just bring the topic and we talk about it. And most of the times they are not like true facts, but we just talk. And for you, Gabriel, do you think it's difficult to get a permit to carry a gun in the place where you live?
Yeah, for sure. Around Brazil. And like I said, to obtain a gun in your home isn't so hard. But because you, like I said before, you enter the Club de Tiro and got your document, and okay, you buy a handgun. But it's very hard as well because it's very expensive, you know. And but to got a khaki document, it's very hard. Yeah, I don't know, because you need to have a lot of hours to shot and the Club de Tiro anyway, and has a I don't know, I think it's Porte. Yeah, I don't know. I always forget the difference between Porte and Posse, but I think it who has this kind of type, kind of I forgot even in Portuguese. Sorry. And to obtain this kind of thing in Brazil, I think maybe only people, like you said, judge a policy, a fireman, because firemen are military as well. The kind of person who work in a prison, like a penitentiary agent. So because this kind of person work straightly with the bad person, so bad people. So this kind of thing got it easier easier than a common person, a regular person. But and I sincerely I think I don't know no one that has this part of us. I don't know this that you can using your handgun and outside our car as well. I'm walking. I'm gonna hike with my dog, my pets, and I'm with my gun inside me together to me.
Mhm. Yeah, it's totally different from the USA, right? Because in USA they can go wherever they want with a gun. So I think it's totally, I know they have their policies, of course, but I think it's totally crazy because imagine you're just walking with your dog. Today I will bring my gun with me because imagine if a dog attacks my dog. And I think
Yeah.
it's totally crazy. Like USA, they have this culture, and USA.
Yeah, you can buy your gun in Walmart.
Walmart, yeah.
Yeah.
Completely crazy. For me, that doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. But
Yeah.
I don't have a certain opinion about that. But I think USA, they're too free about this. So like, have a gun. That's it. And for me, that's totally crazy. And you, Hugo, is it difficult to get a permit to carry a gun in the place where you live?
Yes, it's like my colleagues say it's very hard, because the bureaucracy, the documentation, I think now is even more because the Justice Ministry is registration all weapons and review the laws about the permissions of CACs, what they can have, because before the types of weapon is more easy to access, like they have guns, but now they restrict more what kinds of weapons people can carry.
Yeah.
Have, né? So
Yeah, I've seen something like this, that they are like reviewing those things so they
Yeah.
can make sure like they have this license, so they do this and that.
yes,
I think this, and I think it's interesting because I think like just like I said, they are cats. Okay, do they hunt? I don't know. So for me, like, you need to have a license for what do you do, and not like get away with it. Like, I want a gun, so I will get the hunter's license, but I'm not a hunter. I just
Yeah.
want a gun. That's it. I don't think that's right, but okay.
I live in São Paulo, so I hunter. What I gonna hunt?
Yeah, where do you hunt? Ibirapuera. It's like, for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But there are crazy people for everything. Let's go to question number 5. Do you think people should have... Ih, peraí, gente, me perdi. Do you think people should have... Ih, não, gente, eu escrevi errado, por isso que eu me perdi. Do you think people should have a permit to carry a gun? Eu coloquei have 2 vezes, doida. Do you think people should have a permit to carry a gun? And why, né? Aqui não tem why, mas é importante a gente falar por quê. I think it depends on what you work. Because, like, I am a teacher. I don't think I need that. Like, I work with children. They won't attack. Most of the case, they won't attack me. They are too young for that. But there are some people that they work with teenagers. Teenagers, they are weirder. And then they need to have access to mental health, because usually when they do those things, because they're not healthy. So I think like I don't think teachers should have access to it. So I don't think. I think it depends on what you work with. And you, Priscilla, what do you think? Do you think people should have the... Ih, gente, eu escrevi essa pergunta errada, tô lendo errado. Do you think people should have a permit to carry a gun?
It's difficult because depends the context, in my opinion. But I think about that, I believe it's important the person have a for example, course to prepare to use this, because in my opinion it's danger when I can use correctly, because this I'm think about this situation, some different situation, but it's important to say use. It's important in my opinion. It's a difficult question, but I believe that it's important.
No, I know it's difficult. Don't worry. It's supposed
No
to be
problem.
difficult. Yeah, but also I totally agree with you. They need to have a preparation for that, right?
Yeah,
It's not like USA. You can give to everyone a gun. That's it. Okay, I want one. I'll go to the Walmart and I buy one. So it doesn't.
Because I believe there's the specific process, no specific. You need say use correctly use. You need the preparation for to correctly use correct. I don't know the correct phrase, but it's important to understand how it works this,
Yeah,
or to start to use this.
that's true. And also a lot of things, like not only this, but like where I can use this, why I want this. I guess there are a lot of questions to be asked. Like, do I really need these? It depends.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you do? And you, Hugo, do you think people should have a permit to carry a gun?
No, just in very specific case, like people who they live or they work put in the dangers, like police officers, official justice officers, people who can justify why they need a gun, because common people don't have the mental preparation.
Eita, Hugo, you freeze.
Yeah.
Let's see if like, let me send him a message. Eita. Yeah, let's wait for Hugo, and then I will pass to Gabriel.
Just
and then...
Return.
Something is happening. Algo está vendo. Hugo, are you alive? Yeah, I don't think so. So I'll pass to Gabriel and then we'll go back to Hugo to see his opinion. Let me just mute, because in case it's like freezing, then it's not good. So let's see. Gabriel, do you think people should have the right... Não, como é que é, gente? A pergunta? Eu já esqueci a pergunta. Hugo.
Do you think people...
Hugo, are you alive?
I'm back.
Back? Okay. You freeze a little bit. Can you repeat what you said, please? You said really specific cases, right? But what else?
Yes, because I think common people, ordinary people, don't have the mental preparation in the stress situation, like a traffic fight. Even now, people are fighting the train without a gun, thinking with a gun. I'm gonna go in the porta-luvas, carry my gun, and threat another people. So even people go in the shoot stand is a situation delimitada, and in the real life have the surprise of the situation, like a robbery, how they gonna react in the surprise. The security specialist talk is the most dangerous situation. People think it's secure, just have a gun, not if the preparation to use in real life situation. I think because that, I think only people who really need have carry a gun.
Perfect. So, and they need to have this preparation.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, I think it's the most important thing, to be prepared. I guess you need to be prepared to use everything. To use a cell phone, you need to be prepared, right? So like a gun, you need to be prepared too. And what do you think, Gabriel? Do you think people should have a permit to carry a gun?
I think I have a little thought different than Hugo.
Don't worry, no problem.
But I'd like to see our population with guns. Obviously not not everyone, because like Hugo said, you need to be prepared. And for that reason, like when you got your handgun to to have in your home. But it's a little different, like different than United States when you can buy your gun in a supermarket. But maybe to pass for a specialist, a professional, um, I forgot that psychology. I don't know psychology in English. Anyway, so and this professional will uh, will study your person, your actions, and if you it's a good person, for sure you will receive, you will got a document to buy arm and carry outside your home, carry anyway on sidewalk, all can. And I think in my mind, obviously, it's very hard to obtain to got a gun, because you need, if I'm not mistaken, you you would be have a home, uh you would be have I don't remember, if I'm not mistaken, high school. So there are a lot of things that you need to fill to got a gun. So it's isn't easier to got a gun. And obviously that's a price as well. It's very expensive in Brazil. So unfortunately, is like isn't the reality that a lot of people in Brazil. But I'd like to see our population with the guns, because we need to protect our patrimony, we need to protect our family, we need to protect ourselves in general. So obviously, unfortunately, like you said, and there are a lot of people in the stressed moments, and finally will take your handgun and shot another person. But for another hand, in my mind, I think the stole the criminal in general. I think it would be less in my mind, because the stolers, for example, the stolers would be afraid to to stole some person, because, oh, for sure this person has a gun, and maybe I can dead, So I think it's my mind.
Mhm. Perfect. Yeah, no, I think it's important for them to be prepared. And as you said, they have a lot of preparation. And still, it's not easy, like to get this permission as even a CAC is not easy. But and I totally agree with you with this part. Like they need to be prepared, and we need to protect ourselves. But I have a thought that it's like this. When it's crazy, but I think it's true. Why do people invented this shit of guns? Like, why? If in my head doesn't make a lot of sense for a person to create a tool that can harm or hurt others, because we need we the ones who want to have a gun, they only want because other people might have a gun, right? Às vezes quer ter uma porque você acha que outra pessoa também pode ter. So why? If no one had a gun, no one would need a gun, right? So why do people invented this shit? Doesn't make a lot of sense in my head, but that's it. And then my mom said this thing to me, and then I think, I agree with you. Because why did they invent this? Because it's only for this thing of like domination of people, trying to grab things of other people. If no one had invented this, no one would need this anymore, not even police officers, right? But that's life. So let's go to question number 6. Do you think it matters if the gun is concealed or visible? Like if we could use guns like on the street, we could walk with guns. Do you think it matters if it's concealed, like hidden, or visible, everyone can see? Do you think it matters? It makes a difference? Let's see. What do you think, Hugo? Do you think it matters if the gun is concealed or visible?
Yes, I think for the security officers, I like make all security guards have the guns visible, but show an image of the security for the people on that environment. But for common, I think in the last year have some situations showing the media like the civil people with guns use the visible weapon to intimidate another. Think you like a teacher need to talk with a student who have a gun on the side. You don't even they don't threaten you. You talk with a people with a gun. I'm now thinking the public administration, common situations in the day. So I don't think I think in the America have this there's possibility people can carry a gun visible or not. I think is varia for the states. Some you can have a gun visible and not, and others not. You can just the reason is something like I say is you can intimidate people even you don't want to that. Like because what a gun represents is a weapon, just not a accessory.
That's true. If it's visible, you're threatening not everyone. Like, of course, you won't kill everyone, but everyone will know that you can do something to them. It depends on you, right?
Even people with bad intention is gonna know who has a gun. So even the police officer in the off Dutch, you can stop the situation because gun is not visible. Even the gun is visible, he is a target. So I think it's depends.
Perfect. And you, Priscilla, do you think it matters if the gun is concealed or visible?
So it depends on the situation. For example, when I said about the security office or the police in the specific place, it's important because you intimidate the people. But when I think about a specific event, about I don't remember the name in Portuguese, bandido, it's important when I don't work, for example, the policemen don't work at the moment, and to happen the bad situation, and it's important to not visible this because it's about yourself. And it's not appropriate in my opinion. But in general, intimidate, yes, I agree. It's important.
Perfect. If you want to intimidate, you can show. If you don't want, you just hide it.
Yeah, the person think about that. Oh, it's have security here. It's think about bad actions. The person think about this.
Perfect. And you, Gabriel, do you think it matters if the gun is concealed or visible?
Yeah, I'm together with Priscilla Hugo. I think depends of the situation, and obviously on the street, I think it should be hide, no concealed, because it's dangerous. No, if we like it's a little you maybe seems like you can intimidate another person, a person around you, and sounds like you wanna show up like for another person as well. And obviously like in the security guard and the bank, like I think it's very important to show your arm, your gun, because you need to show this for a bad person, a bad people, that is like, oh, the stoller need to think about it. If I want to stole, if I wanna stole that bank, for sure the security guard will shot me as well. And obviously I had my theory, because I like the security guard mainly, and the bank or a big companies should be a semi-automatic, or I don't know, like a bigger handgun, because it's only I know it's in Portuguese, but security guard use it only a revolver. Isn't a pistol? Pistol. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's very older. It's very old. So because when a bank is stolen, when a stoler will be stole a bank, isn't a regular stoler. It's usually it's a gang with a lot of weapons, a lot of guns, with a big power of fire. Yeah. So I defend this. The security guard should be more. I don't know. I'm gonna say equipados.
Mhm. Perfect. Yeah, because the ones who are going to do bad things, they need to be afraid of security, right? So they need to show to maybe convince that they can't do bad things, right? So see, we have weapons, don't do bad things. And I agree with you, because like they need to be stronger than the bad guys, right? So I agree.